The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and the nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am. Who I am.
It is. Hi everybody, it's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? So welcome to episode 55 of our show. Can you believe 55 episodes? I know. That's all, consecutive. 55 consecutive episodes we have been here. So I want to welcome you and let me see already. Oh my goodness, who is popping on already? I told them this would happen.
Here we are.
Marie Sullivan-Baca, Vincent Palumbo. Hi Vinny. Matthew Wazinski has joined Ian Twin. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our show. I told Lina and Sean, I said, we're going to get a lot of people that pop up right away in the first few minutes. Darcy Blakesley and Richard Koch. Hi, Richard Koch. Richard Koch is an amazing photographer. He's just an amazing photographer, and he's from Holland. I'll tell you about his book later. I have it. Rena Crugnali-Bergi is my cousin. Now, Rena, shout out. This is the cousin that helped me. Rena, this is my friend Lina. Lina asked me to translate something for her in Italian, a song, because she's going to be singing at her niece's wedding. We'll talk about that a little bit. And I know a certain amount of Italian, but my cousin Rena is the be-all, end-all.
Thank you, Rena. It's beautiful.
Yes.
I'll do you proud.
Yes, and I told her what you said, Rena, about so much stuff that you said on the phone about Italians loving American music, and it worked out great. You'd be proud. So Aaron David Gleason has joined us. Scott Coulter has joined us. John Bray.
Hey,
Hi, Scott Coulter. And John Bray, we salute you, sir. John Bray is a military man. Okay, so I have, look how handsome you are with those glasses, Sean.
Why, thank you.
Extra handsome. So Sean, Mandar has joined us. Oh, get ready. And Jeannie Craig. Mandar has joined us week after week after week now. So he may pop on with some stuff. Do you want some more Fresca?
May I, please?
Yes, of course. Here we go.
All right.
Beautiful. We're
Party.
drinking Fresca tonight. We're going crazy.
Fresca.
Okay, so the show, the reason I put them on together, she said, you're very welcome, Lena, said Rena, my cousin. The reason I put them on, Michael Rizzo has joined us. The reason I put them on together is because they work together quite a bit. They are, Sean is the most sought after musician, I think I'm safe to say that, in all of New York City. If I see one more poster with Sean Harkness' name, thank God I'm not a jealous type. And thank God I'm not hired for the same things as you. I'm like, but if you see Sean Harkness on the roster playing a show, you know it's going to be amazing. And I first heard of you through Marcus Simeone, who you know is my love. He's my favorite male vocalist of all time.
We have a lot of fun together.
Yes, he's wonderful. Linda Bowden has joined us. Mark Weiser has joined us. Now, for my radio listeners, they're used to it, but just in case you're not used to it, you're going to hear me stop and mention names a lot because we're on Facebook Live. We're Facebook Living our show, and what happens is people pop in and join us, so I'm not just hearing crazy voices. That's what's happening. I'm mentioning the people that are coming. And when I do hear crazy voices, it's fine because I'm usually eating, and that works out. All right, so Stephen Douglas has joined us. Isabella Raskowski has joined us. That's really my cousin Marisa from Stoneham, Mass.
Stoneham.
Yeah, so she, anyway, we're talking about Massachusetts earlier because I just found out tonight that Sean is from Massachusetts.
I was born in North Attleboro and I lived in Rentham as a kid.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my Mass people, you know what that means. And then he traveled about quite a bit, right?
About.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he traveled with that trusty guitar. Have you had the same guitar for years, or have you?
I got a pile of them.
Do you?
Oh, yeah,
You have
yeah,
lots
yeah.
of different, and you use them obviously for different reasons,
Yeah, they're
right?
all a little different and they all get used.
Do you have your favorite? Is that fair?
No.
Like a kid?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Have you ever had a guitar destroyed by accident or had to replace it?
Yes,
Because I have. I
actually.
dropped one once.
And it was actually the most
My favorite.
dispensable of them.
Oh,
so
was
it was
it?
okay. It was a Taylor, and they're all kind of the same.
Oh, boy.
So yeah.
Yeah, mine was
This guy, he was watching my house while I was away in Japan for a few weeks, and he had a party one night, which was totally fine, but he left the guitar sitting on the chair, and then went away to whatever, and came back and sat down on the chair, forgetting that the
no.
guitar was there.
Oh,
Just sat on
no.
it and completely shattered it. Yeah.
Was he a big guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say. It
But the
depends.
friendship with the guy was more important than the guitar, so
That's
we figured
really
it out.
nice.
You know, and we got through it. It's all right.
That's
Yeah.
really. I've had people sit on my glasses before and things like that. But somebody dropped my guitar. It wasn't even me, but the person that dropped my guitar, I really love. So exactly same thing. But it was an Ovation, gorgeous, like with all the beautiful. But I tried to fix it. It didn't work. By the way, if you ever need someone to fix guitars, there's a great guy. You might even know him. His name is Kelly. He's on Carmine Street in New York City.
Carmine Street Guitar. He's
This
great.
guy is the
legendary.
best. Yeah, legendary. If you ever anything happens to your guitar, bring it to Kelly. So that's a little shout out to Kelly. Anyway, now Lina and I go way, way, way back. Lina, we talk about 91, right? We met in 1991.
Wow.
I think you came on. We were both doing Tony and Tina's wedding. You folks have heard me talk about Tony and Tina's wedding a million times. Richard Brooks has joined us. Tim Devin has joined us. Hi, you guys. Kenny Gardner has joined us. So Lina and I met in Tony and Tina's wedding. And boy, we had some cast. And we're still in touch with a lot of those people. And they're still great people.
And great actors.
Oh my God, how many great actors came out of that show,
Phenomenal.
right?
How many people went on to do The Sopranos from
So,
Tony?
I mean, you
Really?
just watch,
Yeah.
oh yeah, season after
Tons.
season, you're like, oh, there he is, there she is.
Right, and they're great.
And they're all great actors.
And we played family, and we look like family.
We do. People have said for years that Lina and
Yeah.
I look like sisters.
Right.
We do, right?
Exactly, yeah.
She's the Greek sister, I'm the Italian sister.
Yeah.
So, and
We're
you're
a little ethnic.
just a little bit. Now, you're doing, let's talk about that just for a quick second,
Okay.
because you're doing a wedding in Italy, right?
No.
You're singing? Oh, she's
The
getting
wedding is
married
here. But the Italians, because her husband's from Florence.
Oh, my God.
And that's where they live. They're coming over here at the end of August, and I am singing a song that they asked me to sing.
Yeah.
In Italian.
In English,
Oh, yeah.
from 9, called In a Very Unusual Way.
In a very
yeah,
unusual
great
way. We
song.
love it.
Yeah.
And what we did, well, Lina asked me to translate the song to Italian. Right now, I speak fluent Italian, but not what they call per bene, which is proper Italian. I speak a dialect, but I Google translated it, and then I was looking at it, and I was like, so I called my cousin Rena Crignali Bergi, who is the be-all, end-all of anything you need. She can get done. She can get it done. So I called her. I'm like, Rena, I need your help. And she dissected it. Boom, boom, boom. We were on the phone for about a half an hour. Dissected it, and we fixed it and went over it with Lina. So Rita, you'd be proud. She's going to do half of it in English, half in Italian.
Yeah.
It's going to be so pretty.
And we'll ask the people from Florence after I'm done if I ruined the wedding or not.
But I don't think you're going
And
to.
then you and Rena are in big trouble.
Yes, we
You
are.
could have me saying anything.
Louis Gold. Imagine, Rena, we could have written some stuff. Louis Goldberg has joined, and Leo Rodriguez, my friend Leo Rodriguez, you have to say his name like that, has joined. He's fabulous. Liliana DeRamio, my childhood friend from the North End. She was in Medford. So we used to play hockey, street hockey. And now she works at the courthouse. She's a bigwig over there in Medford, I think, right? So look at all the hots coming up, Sean.
All right.
Hots. We're getting our Boston accents back. Okay, so Lina, we talked about so many things that you're doing. Like, so the number one reason, of course, I always want to have you on, but I try to have people on close to things they're doing, workshops, gigs, whatever, so that to give it a little extra wind in the sails, and we can get you some airtime and stuff. Now, I saw something so interesting that you're doing, and that was the Grease workshop. So tell us about that.
Well, I am a director and a performance coach because singing didn't pay the bills.
Well, it did for a long time.
Well, it does, but I supplement it with teaching.
That's what it is.
And I thought that teaching was going to be a gig. it's more than a gig. I love it. I love doing it. I love talking about performance, and the people I get to work with are incredible. I also really enjoy teaching an advanced performer, because then the language can just keep getting higher and higher, and I love it. So, because I'm Greek, because I used to sing in a piano bar on the island of Mykonos for 5 years.
Well, what's the name of that place? 'Cause it's famous.
Montparnasse Piano Bar, and it is famous. And
yeah.
They'd fly you over for a month, and you'd sing. You'd work 7 nights a week, 4 hours a night, and it was fantastic. I loved it.
Wow.
I loved it. And, when nobody was listening to you, you could just look out at, the Aegean and the moon, and
oh my God, and
it's magnificent.
What was the clientele like?
Everything, everybody, international, and it was great. They are fantastic.
And they appreciate you,
so
obviously.
Appreciative in a very different way. A, they're all on vacation.
Right.
And B, there's a mix of everybody, which I absolutely love, which is why I have to remain in New York City.
Right.
That melting pot thing gets me going.
Absolutely, me too.
And now I go back to Greece because I love the island so much, and instead of singing 7 days a week, I do a week where I teach. I take 10 advanced performers, and we do a cabaret workshop, 4 hours a day.
In Greece.
In a gorgeous villa in Mykonos, surrounded on 3 sides by the Aegean.
Oh my
We rent
God.
cars, we cook, we go into town every night, we
That's
hang at the
amazing.
beach and the pool. And it's lifestyles of the rich and famous. It ain't no bargain workshop, that's for sure.
Right.
But what ends up happening is the place where I used to sing at the end of our cabaret workshop week, everybody performs there. We do a show. It's wonderful.
Oh my
It's
God.
something
And when
very
does that
special.
show happen? In case people are vacationing and they want to
This
see
year it will happen Friday night, February 7th.
Okay.
At all you have to say to anybody in Mykonos is, "Where's the piano bar?"
Okay,
And
there's
they'll-
only one.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Okay, so you always do it the same week?
We do it the first week of September. Yeah.
Okay, so you do it the first week of September and then you fly back and do the show?
No, we do the show on the island. We do the whole thing on the island. We fly to Mykonos.
Okay.
We rent a gorgeous villa. We all live there, eat there, make music there, do our workshop work. And we start on Saturday, September 1st.
Okay.
And on Friday night, September 7th, all the work we've done all week,
That's
we
it.
dress it up and put it on in the piano.
Oh my God, that sounds beautiful.
It's fantastic.
So Kate Greer has joined us. She said that sounds incredible. Kate's a singer. Leo, oh my God, please take me. Shivy has joined us. Tree.
Hi, Tree!
You know Tree. We love Tree.
Tree knows me when I was 12.
I believe it. Well, Tree is ageless, and that's it. I mean, I saw Tree just, I see him almost every week. So she's still at the Stonewall.
Right.
He is still at the Stonewall. So that's amazing. Now, Sean, how did you and Lina meet?
Did we meet? I was probably playing guitar for somebody's show and you were directing, would be my guess, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you direct.
Do you
a
remember
lot.
which one was first?
Golly. No, I don't think I do.
There have been a whole bunch of them.
How
You
many
know,
years have you folks known each other?
Sean, it might have been Dawn.
Dawn DeRoche?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it might have been a Dawn show where
Tracy
I
Stark and
more
her
than
band.
saw you, where I really got to watch you work.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of mutual clients, which is
Yeah.
great because we get to hang around
Yeah, that's
creatively with each
Well,
other.
that's like Darius
Yeah.
and I. We do a lot of stuff like that, and the same thing with me and Lynn Portis. You know, you work with people that you love and you know, and you can, you know what I mean? You feel comfortable bouncing off of each other. I mean, it's just, and why not? And sometimes if someone will ask me to direct their show, I automatically will bring someone on with me that I like to work with.
Of course.
If they haven't chosen someone.
Mhm.
You know, things
Yep.
like that. So now, Sean, you started playing the guitar as a little guy, right?
11 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it makes you happy. You said it, like, you still get that.
Oh, yeah.
What made you want to play the guitar? Was it one of your parents, or? did you-
No, the what really got me was there was a record in my parents' otherwise very boring record collection. You know, it was all like Anne Murray and John Denver and Neil Diamond
Yeah,
and
of
Roger
course.
Whittaker. You know, but there was this great record in there called "The Astounding 12-String Guitar of Glenn Campbell." And it was Glenn
Wow.
Campbell as a young guy. He had a crew cut and everything. It was just a picture of him on the front. And he had instrumental versions of all these tunes, a couple
Really?
of originals. And, you know, I was just a little kid when I first heard that. And he did a mean Puff the Magic Dragon. Man.
on the
I'm telling
guitar.
you. Go look that up. You can probably find it on YouTube.
What's
Glenn-
it called?
The Astounding 12-String Guitar of Glenn Campbell. But if you look up Glenn Campbell and Puff the Magic Dragon. You should be able to find it.
I have
It's
to.
killing. It's so good. And,
Did
you
he
know,
sing on the album or just
I
play?
don't think so.
Did
It
he
was just
play
a playing
my
thing.
favorite Glenn Campbell's Wichita lineman?
Oh yeah, well,
Makes me cry.
yeah.
Have you ever heard Jimmy Webb's version?
I don't think so.
With just him on the piano playing
he
it?
was just on
I
tour.
don't think so.
Oh,
Have
my
you ever
God,
heard?
it's
Wait, the best
spectacular.
version I've ever heard sung is Joe Artizone. Have you ever heard Joe Artizone?
No,
No,
I've
I
heard him. I haven't heard him sing Wichita.
Oh my
Live.
God, you cry your eyes out.
Oh,
It's
okay.
beautiful.
Speaking of crying your eyes out, when he died last year, that was I had no
Glenn
idea
Campbell.
how hard that would hit me. I was, yeah, I needed to take a day off for that.
Yeah,
one.
no, I believe it. You know what it is?
And
I
his
was-
career paralleled mine, or mine parallels his just a little bit. He was way more successful than me, but you know, he was a session guy that played with everybody.
Right.
And a lot of people
and
don't
he
know
was
that.
and
A
he
lot
was-
of people
right.
don't know that.
He was the guy playing with the Beach Boys on all those records.
Is that true?
Yeah, he was the
for
wrecking
instance.
crew.
Really?
He was
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
the wrecking crew.
Yeah.
Right.
But he was also an artist in his own right, and a writer and a singer, which I don't do.
Well,
as
I
much,
think
but-
what I did read after he passed away was that he kind of accidentally became a star because he was mostly playing behind people. And someone said, "Hey, no, you should. You know, you got a great voice there too."
And then
you know,
ended
you
up with a TV show. And,
Right, you
like,
remember that?
dueling
It was the
with Roy Clark and stuff.
Glenn Campbell show, Sonny and Cher.
Yeah.
The Smothers Brothers, remember that?
Oh yeah, of course.
So there were a lot of musicians that had their own variety show.
I like those people who became famous by mistake, or famous at something different. You know, Amanda McBroom.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so Amanda
amazing
McBroom,
songwriter.
right? But not initially. All
Is
she
that true?
wanted to do was be an actress and a singer, and that's what she did. And then she started writing music and dabbling in music, and all of a sudden she wrote The Rose. So now
Unbelievable.
she's Amanda McBroom, this glorious
She writes beautiful
songwriter,
stuff.
and she's amazing on stage. So the actress and singer is still
Really?
there.
I've never
but that's
seen her
not
live.
where she was. You know, I put all my eggs in one basket, and
Lina, you just made me think of something, and this is totally off, because my brain went to where does she play, and then I thought, oh, probably BB King's, but BB King's is closed now, right?
yeah.
I can't believe. Do you know where I saw you sing many years ago?
Me?
Yes, which is also closed, which breaks my
I
heart.
closed them all, Maria.
Is that it? Was
Yeah,
it you?
I did. It was me.
You
yeah.
closed
You're
it.
that girl.
I did.
It was the bottom line.
Oh, that's
Oh,
my
man.
favorite.
Oh my God! You rocked it out.
Thanks. That's my favorite decade, playing at the bottom.
Bottom line, was that the 90s? The early 2000s?
95 to 2005, really.
You
in the
played
summer.
quite a bit,
Yeah.
right? This was a great club that you would go into. How many would it hold? Like 200 easily?
450.
450.
And you do 2 shows a night.
But they did it in such
Oh,
the way it was set
So
up
much
was
fun.
Yeah.
so. I saw Ronnie Spector
Right.
there. It was amazing. They would do it so you'd be sitting at tables, and then they'd have like tiers, right? Like almost like a little mini balcony, and tables, and every seat was a good seat.
Yep.
And acoustically
Perfect.
speaking, it was so incredible.
When I first moved here a million years ago, I thought back then that if I could ever play at the bottom line, that I was somebody.
Well, that is. I
And
still
I
believe
got
it to be
play
true.
Weekend gal at the bottom line for 10 years.
I still believe that playing the bottom line was
blessed.
the be-all, end-all
That-
of being a New York City singer.
That did it for me, boy.
Shep Pamplin has joined us. We need more variety shows back. You're right, Leo Rominger! I have to say it like that.
Can't.
Nancy Pizzotti, my friend from Massachusetts, she just cut a CD, so congratulations, Nancy.
Hey.
Rory Taggart, he's in Canada. Caitlin Munns has joined us. How you doing, everybody? So we're talking gigs and things of that nature. And so, yeah, that was it. You know, I was thinking about the 90s today. Because, the downtown scene was off the hook. And it's so
Yeah.
different.
I miss that.
I miss that,
it.
too.
There's not a whole hell of a lot of live clubs left, like there were.
Like
and
there
the
were.
decade before the one we're talking about, there was even more.
Oh,
I'm
my
lucky
God.
I got in on some of it.
Yeah.
Did you play the bottom line, Sean?
No.
Or were
never
you
did.
kind of after
Was
that?
it still-
I
when you
came in
got
kind of
here?
after that.
What
yeah.
year did you
I missed
start
all the
playing?
good stuff. Well, I actually moved here in '95, but I didn't really get start really popping until I don't know about 7-8 years ago.
Well,
Yeah.
well, what does that mean? Were you, but
Yeah.
you always playing the guitar, or you just didn't
Oh
make
yeah,
your living
I,
at it?
I was just I just couldn't kind of bust into the scene or find a place where I was useful. And I do some odd things here and there, some theater gigs, and oddly, I played with a ton of records for PS Classics, long before
Really?
I became involved in the cabaret community. Because I was working with Christopher McGovern, a great music director.
And Sean's Wyndham
and
Hill recording
he was
artist,
what?
by the way.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
by the
know
way.
that. That's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah, it
you
is.
you are my first ever, I believe, Wyndham Hill recording
Oh, okay.
artist.
Yeah.
Now there may be another one. You might be the second one. Rich Campbell, who was on the show with Darcy Blakely. He is a piano player. He's a blues guy, but he started off as a kind of a new agey kind of guy, and that was his he said he wanted to be the second George Winston.
Okay.
And he ended up kind of being a blues guy instead. He plays bass, he plays everything.
Right.
But that was his thing, and he may have played Wyndham Hill. I mean, he may have been on that those
don't
recordings
know.
as well. I don't know. Who knows? But so you started off doing that, and who was the first person? Do you remember in New York that said, "I want you to play for me live"?
Well, it was actually, I was just starting to tell you about Christopher McGovern, who's
Okay.
a music director. I found him, similar kind of thing, where there was family early on. I had this one gig where I worked with Bill Castellino, the director, Christopher McGovern was music director, and Bill Whitefield was the singer, actor, and he's one of the Village people now. He's a
Oh
construction worker.
wow! Yeah, those people
Nina
always
Hen-
pop up.
Nina Hennessy was
That's-
there. Ray
that sounds
Marchica's
familiar.
wife. She was doing Cats at the time, and she had a lead role in this one. Who else was on it? Flamin' Amy Douglas, the blues singer.
Wow!
She was in there.
Amy Coleman.
Amy Coleman.
Right.
Sorry.
Wow.
And
Now let me stop you for a second because there's something important here. So Matthew Wazinski, everybody's important though. I want you to feel important. Let me see, who else did we? I don't want you to, I'm so codependent. I'm like, oh God, they might feel like they're not important. All right, so Robbie Stamper, he's a wonderful musician, piano player. Paul Donlin has joined us. Let me see what else. Andrew Thoreau, but Matthew Wazinski says, as a performer, I feel like I was born too late. I hear all about these amazing spaces, and I'll never get the experience there. Okay.
I know exactly what you're feeling.
You feel the same way?
Always.
I
Yeah.
came
We
in.
always missed it, you know.
I came in at the end of it and got a big chunk of it.
You did.
I still feel like I missed it.
But here's
You
what
know?
I'm going to say, because I have to stay positive. Oh my God, wait a minute. Leo, do you know who's, my cousin Gina Savinos has joined us.
Uh-oh.
When Gina Savino joins, we all have to clap. Gina Savino, everybody.
Brava.
Yes, that's what we do.
Bravo.
Gina Savino. She was on the show a few weeks ago. She's a hairdresser from 132 Ferry Street, Everett, Mass. There's a shop called Joyce's Unisex Salon, if you're ever there. Okay? 130.
okay.
He knows he's from Massachusetts in Everett. It's right next to Revere. You know,
I
Revere.
don't know wherever it is, but that's
Cool.
kind of it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So now, this is what I was going to say. Hi, Leo. They love each
They're
other.
saying, people are saying hello to each other.
Yes, they
don't
know. They
need
come
us.
back every week.
Right.
So Leo Rodriguez and Gina Savino come on every week, and they say hello to each other. So what I was going to say is, because I'm always trying to think positive. I feel the same way. I feel like there's so many clubs that have closed, and like, what happened to them? But I also feel like those of us that are still in the game, that are still performing, that are still directing, that are still singing, that are still playing instruments, still playing, are part of the wave that keeps things going.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And we must keep it going. My cousin Cora Gothier from Woburn, Mass. has joined us. Carlos Knott.
Hi, Carlos.
Hi, Carlos. So I think it's important to, like I always say, Darius and I run Singer Spotlight Night on Mondays and Thursdays downtown, and and working at Brandy's. I fell in at Brandy's. We were talking about Brandy's earlier. Brandy's is like the best. It's like when you get up and sing, even though you've been bartending or waitresses, everybody listens, which is a rarity.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing these days.
Brandy's was my first singing waitress gig.
I can't-
A
what year
million
was that?
years ago. I'm not telling.
Don't say
No.
it.
But I have to say that Brandy's was a find then, and
Yes,
it's still
but it's a gem.
A find today.
It's
It
on
is.
East 84th between 2nd and 3rd. As a matter of fact, tonight Michael Isaacs is there and LaDonna Burns, I believe. They are amazing. And it might be Sean Bernardi on the bar, but that is such a great find. It's one of those places you don't even know is there, and then you duck into that street and you're like, what is
Have
this
you ever
place?
been there, Sean?
Never have.
You would love
we
it.
should just grab you and
Yeah.
bring you up there
All
one
right.
night. Oh, it's
And
fun.
Matthew says he lives around the corner from Brandy's. Go see Michael Isaacs there, and Matthew, and tell him I said hello. Sometimes I go after the show. I just love it. But I feel it's important to keep these things going, and it's up to us to do it because nobody's going to hand it to you.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. The way I like to look at it, that what we're doing right now, just running around from show to show and gig to gig and doing all these things we're doing, could very well be the scene that 10 years from now, people will look back on and go, "Wow, I wish I was around then." The cats that we're all working with right now could be those cats that young people might look up to. And
you know what? You're right. You see, that's a good way to look at it. Like Carly Simon said, these are the good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a friend down in the village, Chris Lowe, great guitar player, singer, songwriter. You know Chris?
Yeah.
He's got a song called, I think, Was It Ever What It Used to Be?
Wow. That's gave me chills.
What it used to be. That's perfect.
Kind of pointing out that, we always glorify things the way they were in the past, but not do it right now.
But you know what? But I do feel that. I am always, I think being grateful helps, like wherever you're at in your life. Even if it's like this week was a really hard week for a lot of our friends in New York. And I'm going to actually, I didn't want to get into it in this show because it's just a sad week, but I'm going to do a tribute show to one of our friends. In a few weeks, I'm going to do a tribute show.
Sorry.
So many good people sometimes, it's like, but people make their marks. And the thing is, you don't know you're making your mark when you're knowing it, which is to your point. Just keep doing what you're doing.
What else are we going to do?
What else are we going to do? That's it.
Yeah.
Can I say that that's
you can
what
say anything you want.
love about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you play for a living. We have clients. I direct for a living. You do that as well.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I like doing it. I more than like doing it. I love doing it. But that's how you keep that going. But something that happens, I think, to a lot of people when they are side people, like we are for other people's performances in a way, you sort of let go of the joy of what you're able to do, give, make,
Well,
create.
I'm going to stop you there for a
Sean
second.
Does not, ladies
Right.
and gentlemen. I just want to say he still puts his guitar over his back, and even if he's going to work, he sits there, takes his guitar out, and loves the whole thing about creating together, which is why I love working with him. As a singer, as a director in a show that he's working on somebody else's project, we're doing stuff together. And for me, it's not just his stellar musicianship. It's because he never forgot that he loves making music.
Right, and I love that, Sean.
Thank you
I love
for
that.
appreciating
It's
that.
the
That's
truth.
exactly what's going on,
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Well, you know what? There was, in Tony and Tina's wedding, there was an actor, Glenn Toronto,
Love him.
that used to, every night, he would get dressed like the rest of us would get dressed, and right before the show, he would yell at the top of his lungs, "Remember, you're working actors in New York!" And then he would descend down the staircase to enter. And we would be like, "Oh, God."
I love that. That's great.
I know. And all of us would laugh, like, "Oh, there goes Glenn again." But do you want
But
to
you
know?
heard him.
You
Yep.
heard him, and
You heard him, and yes, we were.
And then it was on a loop. And
Right.
he went to LA. He did become a famous actor, and he did a lot of great stuff. But
That's great.
if you ran into him today, he would still be that guy saying, "Remember, you're working actors in New York." And I still get chills when I hear it, because we are those people, and
Yeah.
we actually get to do it. Like a friend of mine
Get
was
to do it.
leaving New York one time. She was moving back to where she grew up, and in Pennsylvania, and she's like, I don't know. What do you get if you get to? No. She said, "Well, what do you get if you stay in New York?" I said, "You get to stay. That's what you get.
Yeah, there's
you
so
get
many
to
New
stay
Yorks
here."
in New York. There's so many circles that
That's
overlap.
great, Sean.
Some that never do, but there's no end to it. I travel a lot, and
Where do you travel to mostly? Would you say, like for music?
Yeah, always.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm doing shows and recordings in all kinds of different places, and which I love to do, and I like to come back. Now, mind you, I have to preface this: I'm not a city boy.
No?
I did not want to come here. I came here
Really?
kicking and screaming reluctantly, but now I'm hooked, because everywhere that I travel and I see all these beautiful places, it's kind of like that pretty girl that passes on the street. She doesn't stand up to the second glance. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Where it's like, wow, this is a great place and such nice people, but okay, 6 months from now, a year from now, I'm going back to New York.
Wow.
Because it never stops here. I'm still weekly meeting new people, new to me. We know all the same people. We play in all the same places.
Yeah.
And we're just now meeting. You know,
Yeah.
how is that possible? But
I know.
It doesn't. It never ceases, and
And
that's
you-
addictive.
And
You
your
know?
paths continue to cross.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I mean? It's
Yep.
like, wow, here we are again.
But
Yeah.
the only thing that said, the only thing that sometimes it's hard is that, like, I miss other people's shows because I also work nights and I'm
Right.
also performing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing. We were talking about. Nancy Pizzotti said that's pissa. Remember we were talking about Massachusetts sayings.
Speaking
Pissa-
poetry, mister.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But the thing that
You miss people's shows.
you miss,
because we're
like
working.
like Marcus. How many shows has Marcus done that I can't get? Marcus is my favorite singer, and
Should've
you.
seen our run. It was so.
I heard it was
I was
amazing,
telling her
and I
before
love
we
that
went on.
album.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. We were
Blue.
recording, so, yeah.
Marcus Simeone and Sean Harkness have an album called Blue, which must be on iTunes and Spotify and all that, right?
is.
Better be.
It
Yeah.
is. And I'm a
Paying for
guest
it.
on
I
the
know.
album, which
Yeah.
really puts it over the top.
I know that, Lena,
Just
because
wanna say it.
I usually play it when I'm in the shower. I pop it on, and right as I'm coming out of the shower, your song is coming on.
So now we know how long she stays in
I
the shower.
I stay in. Hey, why not? I'm paying for the water. I can stay in. So, but it's true. It's like, and that's the only thing, you miss each other's shows because a lot of times because you're all working nights. You know, I wish that there was a way to be. I always say, if I could have a superpower, I pick one. It would be to be in two places at once.
Oh man. No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See, your
I could
eyes.
play so many more gigs.
I know. That's what I
I could
always think.
sing more.
We could pick up more shifts. We could go to more shows. We could
Right.
do. That's what it is. There's more to do. And Billy Goffey said Marcus Simeone gets a shout out. Yes, we love Marcus
He gets
Simeone.
many shout outs. Can I shout out something? for
Anyone
Marcus
you
Simeone?
want.
Marcus, I got to direct Blue, the show that Sean Harkness and Marcus
beautiful.
Simeone did, and it is a beautiful show on every level. Musically, it's ridiculous. It's so good. And that show, I used to sit in the audience because I'd come up and sing the encore with them, so I would watch the whole show.
Okay.
And it was an amazing phenomenon to sit in an audience and let a show wash over you. It
Right.
felt like I was in 1982 in
Yeah.
some room in New York City that I
Right.
just stumbled across.
Right.
And that's what I experienced. And you knew it when you were in the room. Then I got to walk up on stage and actually be part
Right.
of that energy. That was
See,
wild.
and it's so
man.
authentic. What happens in these rooms,
Thank you, Marcus.
which
Thank you,
people
Sean.
don't always know,
What's
is
going on in those rooms.
right. You have to listen. I know that Netflix is great. I love it too. I get it, and we have the internet. We stay on and we communicate. But there is no substitute for going. For
Chewing
what?
gum. I'm watching myself.
All
It's very
right.
classy.
Yeah, why do you have to?
Now
Listen,
I'll take it out.
okay. There's no substitute for going to live clubs and hearing live music. Where they're not saying, okay, wait, take two, hold on, start the. No, you just go through it, and you have to be in it. Whether you're in a good mood, a bad mood, whether you had a sad week, a wonderful week, whether you got the audition,
Transporting.
didn't.
Yeah, it
It's
takes you to another
To
place.
be present and be in it,
Yep.
and there's nothing like it.
No.
You know. So, Lena, I want to hit some of the other stuff that you're doing because I don't want to forget. We're going to fly by
Well,
here.
can I stay on Marcus Simeone for 2
Please,
minutes?
I love Marcus Simeone.
So Marcus has been a catalyst for me to get some singing in, which, is few and far between now that I'm
I can't
working
believe
all
that.
the time. But Marcus brought me up on stage. Marcus brought me into the studio, so I got to keep my singing going when I'm not doing my own shows, which I haven't done in a while.
Excuse me.
Bless you. With that said, Mr. Marcus Simeone, who's from Staten Island and beloved, how do you say that?
Beloved.
Beloved there, as well he should be. He got a gig. And his Blue partner and him
Oh, yeah,
are
that's right.
doing this gig together. And because they're throwing me a bone, I get to come up on stage and do a couple tunes too. So for all practical purposes, Maria's audience, Sean Harkness, Lina Koutrakos, and Marcus Simeone are the opening act for Air Supply.
How about
I mean,
that?
can you?
True story.
We waited this long.
This is crazy.
Isn't that cool?
So, what's the date on that show? Is it November
November
18th or something?
9th, I think.
November 9th.
Does that sound right?
It sounds right.
November 9th at the St. George Theater in Staten Island.
If you go, because I did this, I went to. If you go to the St. George Theater in Staten Island, if you go to their website and just look at their itinerary, November, you'll see it. It's when Air Supply plays. Here's your warm. That's it. and Marcus Simeone. I mean, you can't get any better than that. Is that incredible? And who doesn't love Air Supply?
It's going to be fun. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's going to be so. When is that? Yeah, Billy Coffey. We might have to go out there. Amazing, right?
I'm still trying to convince them to do all their covers.
Now, how long do you? Oh my God, that would be hysterical and awful at the same time.
Like, awful.
When do you get? I mean, how much time do you get?
I don't know that.
Half an hour, 20
30
minutes?
minutes we were talking about, right?
I think so. Yeah, we'll see.
Wow.
Whatever it is, we'll play 10 minutes longer than that.
Of course, you have to, because you give them a little time. Get the audience crazy. Give the audience a
Who are
chance
these
to go,
guys?
Air supply,
Exactly.
while you're in your moment.
That's always how you want to leave them, wanting the next act.
Leo was singing them all out of love, right? Oh my God. So so you don't know what your material will be yet, but you'll pick it as you get closer, I'm sure. You'll figure it out.
Whatever's,
Wow.
ripe at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's true. All right, so listen, we are going to segue into the food section of our show.
Oh, what's
yes, which is called Go Ahead, Keep Eating.
Seriously?
Yes, that's the name. Lena, I knew you would appreciate that. I didn't forewarn you.
Say it again.
Go ahead, keep eating. All right. So now, every show I cook something,
great.
and there's a reason why I cook it. Now,
Right.
Lena is tomorrow morning is leaving on a
It's got
jet
a lot of
plane.
reactions.
Yes, because
Okay.
they know
People
my
know
audience
about
knows.
this. All right,
They
yeah.
know about. Go ahead, keep eating.
That's fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. They're laughing. See? All right, so, but Lena has to leave right after the show, so she doesn't even want a doggy bag, she said, because she's off and running, and that's it. And Sean, you're going to get a doggy bag. Usually my guests stay
I'll take
behind and we eat, but tonight it's a different story.
I play guitar for a living. When do we eat? When do we get paid?
I love it. I love that.
Can I have another drink?
Right.
And can I have another drink ticket, please? Oh my God, so here's our food tonight. Now, a few weeks ago I had my family show in Massachusetts, which, by the way, this is very important. What's the Story with Maria is now on Spotify. Yes, you heard me right, Spotify. I'm so proud of that. So you can just go to Spotify, type in What's the Story with Maria, you'll see my face. I have earrings, don't let it throw you. I have earrings on, which I don't usually wear. And all 54 episodes are archived by tomorrow morning. Episode 55, which will say Sean and Lina, or Lina and Sean. I don't know how they put it on there. And you'll be able to hear this on Spotify. So I did a family show in Massachusetts 2 weeks ago, which was ridiculously off the hook funny. And my cousin Marisa made a sausage and broccoli rabe with pasta.
Ooh.
Yum.
Right, I know.
Yeah,
but I
that's
didn't
speaking
get
my
to
language.
eat much of it because it was busy and everybody was packing up.
Tomorrow
so
morning,
I had this, as the
episode
Italians say,
55, which
nuvolio,
is Sean
which
and
is like
Lina
a
or Lina and
craving
Sean. I don't know how
for
they,
this, right?
put
And
it
my
on there,
mother
you'll be able to
used
hear
to make
this
the
on
sausage
Spotify.
and broccoli
So
pie
I did a family
that I
show
loved.
in Massachusetts.
And so this
2 weeks
week
ago,
was
which
like a really hard
ridiculously
week for me
off
and my
the hook
friends in New
funny.
York. And I thought,
And my cousin Marisa made
okay,
a
I got to make myself feel
sausage
better.
and broccoli
If
rabe
my
with
mother was still
pasta.
alive, I'd say,
Right,
Ma,
I
you gotta
know,
make
but
me
I didn't
sausage
get
and
to
broccoli
eat
pie.
much of it.
So
because it
I
was
didn't make
busy
the
and
pie
it was
part
packing up.
because I don't
so
know how
I
to
had
do
this,
that.
as the Italians say,
Maybe
nuvolio,
someday
which
I'll
is
learn.
like a
But
craving
instead, what
for
I
this,
did was
right?
like a-
And my
kind of a short
mother
version. I made
used to make
sausage
and broccoli
and
pie that I
onions.
loved.
It's delicious.
And so this
Sauteed-
week
yes,
was
yeah,
like
I know.
really
Sauteed and garlic.
for me
Smell
and my
that
friends in New York, and I thought,
Oh my God! Right? Smell it, Lena. Smell it.
Oh.
Go ahead, keep eating. So I made the sausage and broccoli with a little bit of onions, a lot of garlic, things of that nature, and then I've got some delicious French bread, a nice little baguette, sliced it up. That's going to take the place of the dough.
Look
But
who just joined,
who
Maria.
joined? Who is it?
Phil.
Phil Formicola.
Phil Formicola.
No, Phil Formicola.
Hi, handsome Phil Formicola.
Kathy Roberti, my cousin from Massachusetts. Hi, Kathy. Joanne Maroney. Hi, Joanne Maroney, my high school friend.
Phil Formicola was in Tony and Tina's
Oh my
wedding.
God! And what? I'm sorry,
A talented,
Phil.
handsome man.
And a character.
And a character.
Oh my God! The first time I met Phil Formicola was at the gym. I didn't know it was him. He was just some crazy guy working out at the gym, and I'm like, look at this guy. And then he was in Tony and Tina's wedding. Anyway, I also made a salad. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of salad.
Me too.
I eat salad every day. I love it.
Beautiful. Now, Maria, if you put feta in that, it would be a Greek salad.
You're right.
Exactly.
You know, I haven't made a Greek salad yet. I should have made a Greek salad while you were here, but
A nice chunk of feta.
a nice chunk of feta, and that's
Right.
it. But I love the anchovies too. I gotta have the anchovies.
yeah.
All right, but here today I just made a romaine. Romaine is good again. We can eat romaine again. Romaine, because for a while you couldn't eat the
Yeah,
romaine.
yeah.
And then the nice Persian cucumbers. My favorite kind of tomatoes, the grape tomatoes, they're so sweet, it's like someone put sugar in there. Guess who did? God! God put sugar in these tomatoes. You don't believe in God? Eat a grape tomato.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Thank you, Sean. Delicious red onion, basil, a little basil in there, oregano. This is a summer salad. I'm going to put a Sicilian lemon vinegar. And also an extra virgin olive oil is going to go in that. That's going to be delicious. My cousin Ronnie Cugnali, Julie Angelina, hi gorgeous. Gina, she is the Gina Lollobrigida of Australia. She's from Australia. She's stunning. Now, because it's summer, we're having Montauk chocolate chips. You see my theme here? I know. I told you, Sean. I got some food. I'm
I
rocking
might
the
as well
food.
just tape them to my midsection.
Listen, I bought a new belt yesterday. It's called the stretch belt. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I like this belt so much because it stretches. I bought 2 of them. So, because sometimes you got to stretch. You know, and Lina and I were talking about this before the show. You know, she's like, she eats well. And I said, I don't. I am like a pig. I eat like ridiculous amounts of food. And so sometimes you got to buy a stretch belt. That's what happens. I've embraced it.
Belt.
Yeah, it's a Kenneth Cole.
Where does
stretch
one?
belt.
Oh, so like in Bloomingdale's.
I went to Marshalls.
They should call it a
I went to Marshalls.
Fat belt.
Right now in Washington Heights, we have a Marshalls, you know. And I went there, and I'll let you see it. I bought 2 of them. I'm ready.
I don't want to see it because
No,
it'll be
'cause
the
then you-
beginning of the end for
Yeah,
me.
that's the
and
thing.
if my boyfriend sees it, it's
Oh,
going to be all
no.
over.
Forget it. Listen,
Yeah.
that's why I can't wear leggings. If I wear leggings,
You can
I'll-
wear them no matter
I'll
what
gain 40
size
pounds
you
in
are.
a week and a half. No.
I haven't gained a pound. These leggings still fit.
Right. Well, that's what it is. I remember one year in the 90s, one of my, somebody I knew was wearing leggings. And I was like, oh, they were like, you should wear leggings. Forget it. I think I gained 20 pounds that year. Like, because you don't have to worry about a belt. You don't have to worry about buttons. They just stretch.
This is a sad conversation.
No, but it's true. So now I make
This
myself
is still part
wear a
of Get
belt.
Ahead, Keep Eating.
Right.
Yes, this is part of Go Ahead, Keep Eating. And now we will segue back to our music
Oh,
and all
I
that
love
stuff.
that though.
So anyway, that's I always, because I feel food is part of like what I
totally.
bring to the table. No pun intended.
Ah.
But we all bring something. Like, you know, what you know, you're the musician, you bring that end of it. You're the singer and the director, you bring that end of it. We bring a lot of things, and I feel like I'm the person you want to invite to a party because I'm always going to bring something delicious.
Okay.
Always.
You're in. That's
You don't
my
have-
favorite thing to do is cook.
Really?
When I have free time,
Are you a cook?
I go straight into the kitchen and time dissolves.
Oh, I love it.
It's
And
just- yeah.
Sean, what is something that you're like? Do you just make different things all the time?
I make a lot of different things. I do that thing where, you know, I always think a good cook is somebody who can make a meal out of whatever's in the kitchen.
That's exactly what I do.
Favorite. Me too.
My mother used to do that.
I do have some standbys too. I do a Thai curry, which is pretty good.
Oh my God, delicious.
I don't know. There's a bunch of
But
stuff.
you know what's funny?
wife and I love to
We
eat.
were the original Chopped people. Before there was Chopped, people like us who like to cook like that. My mother,
What did your mother start with when she didn't know what she was making?
eggs.
My mother was onions.
I was going to say,
Okay.
yeah,
Chopped
garlic and
in a
onions
pan,
and
right.
oil in a pan, and,
And
then
you'd
what's it
say-
going to become? It
Right,
doesn't matter.
And you'd say to her, "Ma, what's for dinner?" And she'd look at it and go, "I have no idea."
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
we were not.
Yeah.
We grew up very humbly. We were 4 little kids, and our parents were from Italy, and we were, you know, our parents were, you know, trying to build a life, and so we never went out to dinner ever. I mean, when we got older, we did, but as little kids, my mother cooked every meal, and what she would do is she would look in the refrigerator, and then she'd say. She might have like 2 ingredients she needed, like, and it wasn't expensive stuff. It might have been like parsley. Go and get me some parsley, and then all of a sudden she would whip something up. But or if we were really like nothing was like we were like, uh-oh, it's not paycheck week yet. My mother always would look at the eggs. She would crack a bunch of eggs, chop up vegetables, and make a frittata. That was like
nice.
frittatas. That was it. And polenta. The reason Italians like now, you go to a restaurant, polenta's so expensive.
Polenta was like anything. It was food you had. It was peasant food almost.
Peasant food,
right?
cornmeal,
Yeah.
and you
Sure.
would literally stir it for
Right.
hours. And if the more kids you had, the less time consuming, because you'd call all your kids. You're going to do it for 10 minutes. You're next. And they would come. The little kids would be like stirring the polenta,
flavor.
and then you would have vats of it, and you could that would last you a week and a half. You could
no
freeze it. and it was like that staple or pasta. That's why pasta is like affordable.
Our staple was called spanakorizo, which means spinach and rice. She'd start with onions and garlic and olive oil, and then throw in rice and cook that with a little bit
Sounds
of broth,
delicious.
and then throw in spinach, and it would just be bowls full of spinach
And rice. But it sounds so good. And
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Right? And then, like, the Latin culture, it's rice and beans, and you could throw different things. Or lentils, they have a lot of lentils. But it's bananas, you know, like the plantains. Most delicious food that people pay an arm and a leg for came from
somebody's kitchen.
very humble beginnings, whether you're Greek, whether you're Italian. What are you, Sean?
I have no idea.
Okay.
On Dad's side, Scottish and German. On Mom's side, she was adopted. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I
question
can
mark.
see
Have you ever
I can
done
see the Scottish.
Ancestry.com or
Just
23,
started
whatever?
that process.
Oh,
I didn't
cool.
learn nearly enough yet, so
No.
I'm still working.
Okay,
on
Yeah,
wanna
that's
know what it is.
fascinating.
I-
it. It is. Yeah.
But you look, I can see that Scottish side. I can,
Scottish.
right?
Scottish,
You like
she said
that's
with
it's
her
coming
accent.
up. Wicked. That's wicked.
Wicked Pissacool.
Scottish.
Wicked accent. Okay, so now, Lina, where are you going tomorrow? You're flying to Georgia doing a show?
No,
Oh.
I'm going to Georgia, and then I'm going to Beaufort, South Carolina.
Buford.
Beaufort,
where
wow.
I was at 4 years old, Little Miss Beaufort, South Carolina.
What?
So I
Nice.
keep going back because I want to regain my crown.
Wait, we have something in common, you know.
Why?
I can't believe
Were
it.
you Little Miss somebody too?
Yes.
Oh my
And not many
gosh.
people know this.
What were you?
I was Miss Minnie North End. I'm going to say 1966.
I'm not even going to tell you the year.
No,
was
I don't
Miss
want to
Beaufort.
know. I don't want to know, but
See, and we do look alike.
Yes.
I want to see your beauty pageant.
I'm going to have to pull it out
pictures.
somewhere. I believe that my grandfather had something to do with it, but
You and I were little mini queens.
Yes.
And he's handsome.
and
And
he's
look
a
at the
prince.
two of us.
He's Prince Charming.
What did you win when you were little?
I got to ride in the same did you get to ride in
Oh, yeah. Waving in the back
Yes,
of a
of course.
convertible car.
Yes, a convertible Cadillac.
Yeah. Oh, we got to compare our pictures.
Oh my God, I can't wait. My mother made me a dress and a big hat, and it was October. It was Columbus Day weekend. It was
course
a
it
big
was.
deal.
A nice Italian boy.
Yes, but right? Oh my God! And what? Yeah, what did you win as a child? You must nothing.
He's winning now.
Yeah, well that's it. He's a late bloomer, but God, he caught up. Bill Goffey, musicians love to cook. Is that true? Well, Bill Goffey's an amazing cook. He plays bass, guitar,
It's creative.
piano.
It's putting ingredients together.
Same
It's
part of
same
the
thing as
brain.
getting
That's
together
true.
with a band, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my God, this is so much fun. All right, so what do you guys? Let me see. What are you working on now? We have 10 minutes left of the show.
I got a couple gigs I totally want
Please,
to plug.
please.
Because as we were talking about before,
Do you want to play your guitar while you say this? Underscore?
I can play some guitar also, but
He can play us out.
because I
Yes.
play with a lot of different singers and acts and various things, but I also do my own thing.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I was a Wyndham Hill artist,
Wow.
and I've got 8 CDs out.
Wait. So if we want to find you on
Concerts.
Wyndham Hill, we can find Sean Harkness.
Yeah, sure.
Spell your name for the radio audience.
HARKNESS.
Sean.
And Sean is
S-E.
SEAN. Yeah. So yeah, and I do shows every year for the winter solstice tours with
Oh my
Liz
God,
Story and
my
Barbara Higbee,
favorite.
Sami Tay.
Are you kidding me?
No, true story.
Oh my God, my
so
favorite.
I like to play guitar, solo guitar, and I compose, and I've got all those things, and I like to work with other people, and I figured out a way to do both at the same time. And for years, I've been doing a series of shows called Duos with Sean Harkness. And I
Wow.
used to run it at the Metropolitan Room,
Which also closed.
and which also closed.
Unbelievable.
And then, and now I'm doing it at Birdland Jazz Club. Gianni.
Wow, Birdland's amazing.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
I've
perfect.
not
It's the
Birdland.
seen
best club.
the downstairs club.
There's
right?
a downstairs? No.
No, the downstairs club just opened.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't played there yet, but no, I've been doing this for a couple of years now,
On
periodically.
The main,
Yeah,
on
on the main stage.
Okay.
Wow.
And like last month, I had Janice Siegel from Manhattan Transfer
Sean.
and Warren Bechet playing cornet.
Oh.
And this month, I'm going to have the great Will Gallison playing chromatic harmonica.
Oh
and
my
that
God.
is August 23rd, Thursday at 6 o'clock.
And that's at Birdland.
At Birdland Jazz
And how
Club.
long are the shows?
It's an hour. Yeah, or an hour
Oh my
10.
God, you
And then
can't
I've
miss
got
that.
another one in September where I'm going to bring Will back. I have him whenever I can, and I think young Ada Pasternak is going to join us all the way from Los Angeles.
Oh my God!
She's amazing. She plays violin and sings and writes a lot of great songs. She's a rising star for sure. She'll come by and grace us with a couple of tunes. So duos with Sean Harkness at Birdland Jazz Club.
And that's
August 23rd and September 13th are the next two.
Okay, so if you go to the Birdland website,
Yep,
you can. And also, do you have a website?
I
Sean?
do.
Okay.
It's very badly maintained. It's hard to find good help these
But
days.
if we want to find what you're doing next, should we go to your Facebook page? What was the best way to
actually,
know what you're doing?
I have a calendar up, SeanHarkness.com/shows.
Okay.
There's a button there for that. Yeah.
All right, so you want to find that, SeanHarkness.com. And Lina, do you have a place that we can find you?
Yeah, Lina sings. Lina.
Lina
Sings.
SING.com.
.com. And what was I going to say?
You're working on a bunch of stuff.
Get to do a show with this gentleman. We don't know what we're singing or what kind of music we're doing yet, but it's Marcus, Sean, and I have booked a couple of nights in November
you
at
gotta
Don't
tell
Mamas because we want to make music.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Then we also did this great thing that we did once, so we want to get back on its feet now. We're kind of going to expand the experience in the band. It's called Stormy Monday.
I love
and
this.
it's us playing what we're calling New York City blues. And we're putting a band together, and we're going to.
And it's going to be on certain nights, or
first Monday of every month in some great rock club if we can do it.
wow.
Wow, that's it. And that would be our theme song.
So you.
They call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. That's it. Maybe you could come and be our guest.
Oh my God, I would love it. Are you kidding me? I would love that. That would be so fun.
Can she sing?
Yeah, just a little.
Once in a while, I jump in. Oh, that was so good. I don't want it to end.
She wrote a tune or two, too. So
I wrote a tune or two. Oh my God! I just wrote this great song. I keep saying I have to do it. I have to do it. Wiltian Hall. Do you know Wiltian Hall?
Yeah.
Amazing musician,
Yeah.
right? He and I wrote a song about immigration called "This Is My America," and we just keep getting busy and we don't get to it. But we really cannot put it off any longer. We're going to record, and we're going to record it, and then we're going to make a video. So it's all about immigration. Our family's coming over, and it's more timely every second. Every day you watch the news, it's like, we have to do this. So
that's a good reason to make music.
yes, and also
Stay away from the news.
Can I tell you something? I am so sick of the news now. Now I'm over it, and I'm over giving all this craziness my attention.
I hear you.
Guess what? I'm done letting you suck the life out of me as a person and as a spirit. And we have to, the musicians need to take over the world again. We got to start playing more. We got to start doing more gigs. We got to keep teaching more, creating more, cooking more. Because you know what? Those nutbags that I'm watching on the news that are running this country are not worth it for me anymore. It's not worth my attention. I want to keep doing good in the world. And, if that means...
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
We're the medicine.
You know what? Yeah.
And you know what else, too? People say this to me sometimes as a singer, and I think, oh, come on. But when I talk to other people like you guys, I think to myself, you have no idea whose moment, day, life, or anything you might change playing one note.
I know.
Singing one line. You really don't. Even in a small little club with 15 people coming to see us.
And on the other side, you might not know what you're going to witness. Like, I may go to someone else, even though I'm a singer and blah, 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 or a teacher, I might go to someone else's class, show, whatever, and be so moved. Sometimes even as performers, we run dry because we're so tired. We're trying to pay our bills and do what we've got to do. Then I go to a show and that's it. I'm infused with inspiration.
Me too.
Right?
And you know what?
And then you go home and you start writing.
Yeah. Usually the people who infuse me with such inspiration are my peers.
Yes.
And I go to show up because I love them, because I know they're talented, and I'm continuously blown away and then inspired.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
So, okay.
priceless.
So if you want to leave them, let's, Sean, what would you leave them with? You want to? There's a young musician out there that's listening to our show tonight, and he says, "Oh my God, I can't believe Sean Harkness was on tonight." What would you leave this young musician with about?
I would just say play that thing. Just don't put it down. It's the only thing that will never let you down is music.
That's beautiful. I just got chills. It's true. And Lina, what do you think?
Oh, ditto. If you're lucky enough to be able to make music, make it.
Right.
Make it.
You know, it's funny. That's come up a couple of times, and I want to address that because it's a kind of a new thing for me that I'm coming to understand. For a long time, I felt that by making a living as a musician, that I was kind of getting away with something. Like, you know, because aren't you lucky you get to do? Now listen, I work my ass off.
I know you do.
I work so hard, and
I know you
I'm
do.
not fairly compensated.
Right.
I am.
For
we
the
won't
amount
get into the money part of it,
Right.
but I have a
Compensated,
great time and all that. But I realize that what it is that I do actually is necessary. It serves a function. When people come in and they're transformed, and the music is important. It's not. I'm not getting away with something. And
No,
we as
you're
artists, that's what I
not.
would say to that young person. Like,
You know what?
follow that muse.
Hey, Jimmy, how much time do we have?
About a minute.
About a minute. Okay,
About a
Sean,
minute, okay.
grab that guitar, play
All
us out while I say goodnight to our guests. Okay, so we want to thank everybody. We want to thank the amazing Sean Harkness, the amazing Lina Koutrakos. We want to thank our audience, everybody that comes back week after week after week. And our show is 9 p.m. Eastern. What's the Story with Maria? You can find us here on Facebook Live, but we are on Armed Radio on digitalmedia.com. And we love you. Thank you, Jimmy Bell, our engineer and producer. And thank you, Armed Radio. We'll see you next week, all right?
Thank you, Maria.
Spine